Hey guys, Speedrunning from the Law here again. This is going to be another installment in my tutorial series where we're going to be speedrunning Super Mario 64 70 Star, and we're going to do that with beginner and intermediate strats that anybody can learn. So today we're going to be wrapping up HMC, and we're going to be doing that with the Watch for Rolling Rock Star. So I'm going to go ahead and show you what it should look like, and then we'll go and talk about it. And so that's what it looks like, basically. It's pretty much all Mario movement based. There's a small RNG element to where the boulders are, but we will talk about that. So keep in mind as I run through this and explain it, this star is very time based with the boulders. You have to do it all in one motion in order for it to work in unison. Otherwise, the boulder timing is going to be off and you're probably going to get smashed when you jump up to do your double jump wall kick. So I'm going to be going through it slow here for the sake of learning, but we're probably not going to get the best boulder RNG because of that. So keep that in mind when you're trying to do this star for real. So first we want to C-stick right and do our 3 long jumps as usual, remembering to hold back on one of the first 2 long jumps so we don't fall in the pit right there. Now next we're going to walk in this door, and what our goal is to run forward on the red cage as long as we possibly can, and then do a long jump at the very end. Now it's important to do as long as we can because we need to get as much distance as possible towards the other star. So we're going to run, last minute jump, and then walk up and immediately do a jump dive there, which would be A and then B. And you can basically press those buttons at the same time, just make sure you're pressing B slightly after, because you have enough speed to pull off a jump dive without actually getting too much air on your jump first. But ensure that you run forward for at least a second or so, that way you have enough speed and you can clear enough distance to get where we need to go. Now right here we're in the perfect spot. We're hugging the left side of this wall, which is important because this is the place where boulders rarely come. It is possible for a boulder to start rolling this way, but it's very unlikely. We're going to be on this left side of the wall for the entire duration of our run up this hallway. Now if you're doing this in a very fast motion, you'll see there should only be 2 boulders that come down this hallway before you can get your double jump wall kick off. If you're too slow, it's possible for a 3rd to come down and actually hit you while you're trying to get your double jump off, but that should rarely happen if you do it fast. So what we're going to do here is we're going to do 2 dive rollouts up to the end of the hallway. We're going to be doing that hugging this left side. So let's go ahead and do it. Oops. So I pressed the wrong button there, but so essentially 2 dives, dive rollout, would get us about right here. And let's go ahead and actually just make sure we can do it because you guys need to see. So it should be dive rollout, and we'll end about at the end of this little alcove that you could hide in. You don't need to hide in this for purposes of this star, however. So now this is the trickiest part of the star, because we have to wall jump off of a straight wall using an up and right angle. And for those of you that aren't very familiar with wall jumps and angles, there are certain angles that you can't actually get a wall jump off of if you're jumping towards it. Now if you're jumping directly towards a wall, you can always get a long jump. But if you try to angle yourself right or left while in the air, there's a chance that the wall just eats your jump if you're too far right or too far left. So what we have to do is angle ourselves so we're still partially facing forward to the wall, but we're going to have enough of a right angle to make it up to a platform upright. As we can see, oops, there's a boulder. We're trying to wall jump up to this platform right above this lamp right here. That's where the star is. So we need an angle that's going to allow our wall kick to go back and right. So in order to do this, get out of here, we need to be roughly right here. Keep in mind, I think it is easier to do this star C-stick down, by the way, but it's possible to do it a neutral lag if you can as well. I think I generally have done this star with C-stick down though. So we're right here, and we see the boulders are going nuts because we're not doing this fast. So we're going to have to time this well. Oh, well, that's bad. So this right here is about the angle you need to perform this jump correctly. Any further right, and you probably won't get it. So what we need to do is our first jump needs to land above that little ridge right there. And our second jump, obviously, has to be the double jump that lands at the peak of the jump on the wall. And so we want to hold the stick in the direction Mario is facing right now is to not compromise his angle. So when the next boulder comes down, 1, 2, and we see we've done it. We've gotten up. Now, normally when you have enough speed, when you're going fast, and you can get max height on the jump, what you can do is when you wall kick over here, you can press the dive button like we saw in my first run, and instead of a ledge grab, you're high enough to dive, roll out into the star, even though you can't see it. Because once you dive, and then once you roughly understand when you're going to hit the ground and you just press the rollout button and keep holding this direction, Mario will grab the star even though you don't see the star yet. However, if you don't have enough height on that double jump or enough speed, you're going to get a ledge grab. That's perfectly okay. It only loses a small amount of time. However, if you're trying to go for a pristine, clean star, you want to get that height and speed on the wall jump. So now, say you miss the wall jump eats your input, and you end up somewhere down here. What do? Well, the answer is pretty simple. There's a wall right here and a wall right here. You have two options. The best option is to just side flip, wall kick, and end up right there. If for some reason you don't like going that way, you can go up to this platform first with the wall kick and jump over here. I don't see why you would really want to do that, but it is possible if that's your preference. It will lose time, however. Now, last thing I want to talk about is bad boulder RNG. So, we talked about that the boulder rarely comes to this left side, although it's possible. Now, if you do get bad boulder RNG, let's go get a heart so we don't die here while I show you this. Let's see if we can get some bad boulder RNG. Yep, okay, it rolls over there. You just run to the right and then run directly back to this wall or hug it. And in most cases, because we'll be doing this star fast, you'll have enough speed. So when the boulder comes this way, you can do a dive to the right and then veer back left, and it's a bit faster. And remember, that's what we're trying to accomplish. So that is basically the avoid or watch for falling rock star. Thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. If you like my content, please like, subscribe, and comment. It means a lot to me. It helps me know what I'm doing is good or bad, and if it needs changes. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you all next time.